the People's Podcast. What's up, y'all? It's your boy DJ Busby.
And it's your boy JKD.
And this is the People's Podcast, back with another episode. We want to thank you guys for watching the last one, Your Carnival Model. I think that's now our top viewed episode, where a carnival model, a model that models all the carnival costumes worldwide, has been interviewed on our show, and she had a lot to say.
Yeah, man, it was a good episode.
Very insightful stuff. Yeah, JKD wasn't there last week. We'll talk about why not. But you watched it?
I did.
You liked it?
Watched it and I heard it. Yes.
Dope.
Very beautiful woman.
Yeah. All around, you know, looks, brain,
Inside out,
intelligence. Yes.
Yeah.
Your Sunline mass partner.
Yo, I was shocked when she said that. Like,
Yeah.
you know, she played Sunline and she saw me, so I was like, yeah.
Yeah. And she knew you were DJing with the band, so.
Oh, okay.
So good look.
Yeah,
good
man.
look. So big up Your Carnival Model. Go and check out that episode if you haven't seen it yet. And we're back.
Mm-hmm.
I think back to regularly scheduled programming now, because we spent the last 4 episodes just talking about stories of our journeys.
Right.
So we'll open today's show just with your story, because you recently went somewhere for a very special reason.
Yeah.
And we'll just incorporate that in the relationship segment of this podcast.
Right.
Now, normally we do 4 segments and banter, jokes, all that stuff. But the 4 segments are relationships, wealth, health, and entertainment. So relationships, where'd you go?
I took a trip to St. Martin, you know, part of it's a small island in the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
Most people, I don't know. I don't think most people when you hear about the Caribbean, St. Martin is probably like the least.
Yeah.
You know, you hear about Trinidad, you hear about Jamaica, Barbados, all of them, but St. Martin, not really talked about. But I went to St. Martin. My brother actually, he got married. He got married in St. Martin.
Hey, round of applause.
Yes. Congrats to my brother and his newlywed wife. They were originally supposed to be getting married. Was supposed to get married in Jamaica.
I know.
But because of the COVID restrictions and Doug Ford saying a whole bunch of crap, they just decided to cancel it. And actually, it was a whole bunch of us that were supposed to go. Like my mom, her parents, a whole bunch of people were supposed to go.
Yeah. Hell, I might end up there.
Ways.
You asked me to go all my ways. This guy's like, yo, Buzz, reach, dog. I need company. I'm like, okay. I was ready to drop that, but then COVID. So
Then COVID, yes. So fast forward a couple of months. They just planned this as just a regular trip, like just them going, right?
Yeah.
And then my brother's just like, yo, why don't we just elope? And so said, so done. They had told a couple of people that they were doing it, but they didn't want to tell everybody that they were doing it just because of the situation with Jamaica, right? Because a lot of people put down deposits and they had to cancel and they lost their money, right? So they didn't want to be, I guess, like a burden to people.
Got you.
And asking people to spend more money again. So, I know a lot of people said they couldn't make it. I was one of them, but I lied. So I told his wife to tell him that I wasn't coming, but I actually was coming.
Nice. You surprised them.
So I surprised him at the airport.
Nice.
So like I don't know if you saw the video, but we'll post the video up. But like he sees me and he's like, yo, is that Gerard? Like, because he sees, like, you know.
You can't miss you. Yeah, it's kind of hard to miss you.
And it's funny because leading up to that, he was messaging me saying, yo, like, make sure, like, mom's okay. Make sure, you know, my other brother's okay. Can you take out the garbage on the Thursday? Can you take it out? I'm like, yeah, no problem. No worries. Little they didn't know I was at the airport, you know.
Yeah. Man.
Surprised them. So it was a good trip.
It was a great trip, huh? Like London? It's a great trip. Got you.
It was a good trip. St. Martin is a different island though, bro. Like it's I don't know if you know anything about it, but
not a clue.
It's one half is Dutch and one half is French. So Dutch, like the Netherlands, own one half, and the French own one half.
Which side you stay on?
I stayed on the Dutch side. The Dutch side is where it's popping at. Like the French side, you can't really do anything. There's no clubs on the French side.
What?
there's no adult entertainment.
That's an adult entertainment.
Because you know why? You know why? Because the taxi driver that we were with, she brought that up. She's like, "There's nothing on the French side. There's no adult entertainment. No."
When you
clubs.
say that, I'm thinking strip clubs and
yeah,
like, oh, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah. Everything's on the Dutch side. Like it's like honestly, it's two different sides. Like as soon as you cross over the French side, everything like a lot of things change. Like even the license plates, a lot of things. Like even like if you have a cell phone provider on the Dutch side and you cross over that French side, you automatically start roaming.
What?
Like it's that crazy.
Wow.
It's that crazy. So it's a nice island, beautiful island. But I feel like, you know, you go to Trinidad, you go to Jamaica, you sense a sense of culture.
Yeah.
I didn't feel that with St. Martin. I felt like it was very, I don't know, Americanized, if you put it that way.
Gotcha.
Still a beautiful island, you know. I still liked it, but I just felt like there wasn't really much culture.
Got you.
Yeah.
How was the adult entertainment?
I didn't go, bro.
Okay.
I just stayed at the hotel.
It was a great time. That's it? All right. All right, cool. We'll wait till
Away from my brother's wedding, okay?
brother's wedding. We'll wait till after the show to talk about that then. St. Martin, that's dope. So how was it? How was it? You know, we're talking relationships. How was it seeing your little bro?
It's good, man.
Get married, you know?
Again, I did that 8 years ago, and to see that he's actually following somewhat of what I did. Because in our group of friends, like I can say that I was like the trendsetter in terms of that. Like, you know, actually finding a wife, you know, finding a girl, getting married, you know, having kids, starting a life. Yeah. I was that one that kind of set the trend. Right. And to see like, you know, him following that, it's a great feeling, bro. You know, and he found the one that he loved. And I told him like, yo, there's no turning back. Like this is it. Like, you know. So
why you gotta put it like that?
Because marriage is a real commitment, right? It's a real thing. So it's either you're in or you're out. Like, you know, there's no in between.
You got a hand in the black book. And
yeah.
I hear you.
We used to call him, when we were growing up, we used to call him Tuxedo Mask because he was that guy that, you know, grabs all the girls and things. Wow. So like I was joking with him saying like, yo, you hang up your mask now, eh? So yeah, man.
Dope. Well, big up to the newlyweds.
Yeah, man.
You know, congrats, and it was good that you got to get away and experience that.
Yeah.
And to take things a bit further with relationships and your brother getting married, you know, black love. As you got back,
yes,
you know, you took a couple of days. You were watching one of your daughters, but
yeah,
your wife took your other daughter away. She was gone somewhere too.
Yeah, so she took my oldest to Malaysia, because her brother was getting married. So her brothers got married to a Malaysian girl. They did the Canadian wedding up here, and then they flew to do the Malaysian wedding in Malaysia. So it was good. I mean, for both ends, bro. Like my brother getting married, her brother getting married. It just seemed like there's like we're just setting the trends here. Like, you know, people are taking a page from our books, you know,
Dope.
And enjoying the relationship, enjoying marriage and all that stuff. So it's good.
And it's wild too because as your wife got back, you picked her up from the airport. And it was your anniversary.
Yes.
So y'all are some clever people. Y'all all could celebrate on the same weekend. That's smart. Good stuff. And they know going to each other's house Nah, man. I hate that. Like, every 2 weeks is somebody. Oh, we gotta go to your house this time. Right. Pick one place. Everybody celebrate. Y'all are smart. I'm gonna try and coordinate the same. What's the weekend again? September. I'm gonna make sure I mark that down just when it's my time. Anyway, but yeah, dope, man. So talk about that. How many years?
We celebrated our eighth year, man, being married. So,
people can't even last 8 months.
It's hard, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know, 8 years of marriage is very hard, but again, it's very rewarding. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a lot of hard work, a lot of commitment, right? And it's 100. Like what we talked about in earlier podcasts is like, you got to put 100%. She got to put 100%. It's not no 50-50.
Yeah.
It's actually work. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm enjoying it so far. The ride has really been, it's been up and down.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? And I hope there's gonna be eight more years, 8 more years after that. Mm-hmm. So yeah, man, 8-year anniversary. We didn't do much though. Honestly, she bought a cheesecake from Japan, and we just shared a slice together and some wine. That's pretty much it.
That's dope.
Yeah,
well, that's what you gotta do, man.
Yeah.
Not every time could be some big extravagance.
Exactly.
But that's still nice, you know? At least you did something.
Right.
Some mans are out there like, oh, it's my anniversary. Baby, you forgot again. Like, at least you're doing it,
Right,
you know?
right.
So kudos.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So congrats on your side. A lot of
man.
big things happened this past couple weeks.
Yeah.
And something happened this past weekend that, you know, I guess we'll bring up in the entertainment, but you had your own event here that went really well. Extremely successful.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was relationships. Hopefully one day. I'm trying to lie, you know, go in the same footsteps one day.
It will happen, man. You just
It will,
you just gotta put it out there, man.
Exactly. It will happen. It's just I'd be
In
too
due
busy.
time.
Bro, I saw one thing on social media and it said it was along the lines of, yo, find somebody solid and lock them down.
Yeah.
Because out here is so hard.
Yeah.
And that is an absolute fact.
Yeah.
I've been in the dating scene. I don't even like the dating scene.
Yeah.
And more recently I went in it, you know,
Yeah.
last year or so. And bro, it's disgusting out here.
There's pee in the water.
Pee in the water, pee in the snow, all kind of thing. I can't deal. Like, it's sometimes just like, who raised you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what you're doing is not even like common sense.
Right.
And it's just like, why? And it's fact. You find somebody solid, you lock them down, you just live your life.
Right.
And you know, I'm at a point now too where it's like I don't even know I'm doing all of this podcasts. Like, as you could tell if you guys are watching the YouTube, especially, I encourage you guys all to go download that, or not download, go watch the podcast on YouTube. We have a new setup. I bought all new cameras, new studio lights, studio setup, all of this. Studio equipment, everything. Deli came and helped set it up too. We have a new production now.
Right.
That's literally like a TV show.
Right.
If you guys came in here, you would see that it's literally a TV show. So, like, that's where my mind is occupied. Events, mixtapes, traveling. Like, I don't even have time really. I would only have time if this person was like somebody worth my time.
Right.
And that's the problem. I haven't found it's all been a bunch of waste youths. And I'm just like, yo, literally, who raised you? Why are you like this? Like, how were you hurt? I don't get it.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of out here, man. So one day I hope to be out of the game, not worried about who's next or who I want to be with, and just settle. You know.
Right.
So that's what it is. Relationships.
Okay.
Wealth. Now, one that I saw that's very a very hot topic right now is the Yeezy brand.
Yes.
So you've been seeing what's going on about that?
I have, yes.
The best thing I saw was when they reflected back on Sway.
I think you're gonna say
facts. Facts. Yo, facts. Because Sway told him from time Wagwan.
Right.
Kanye was Kanye.
Right.
No, Sway, you don't have all the answers.
Right.
So if you don't know what we're talking about, we'll put a clip right now.
Plans to sell the Yeezy brand directly to consumers, something he argued about with radio host Sway back in 2013.
Or why don't you empower yourself and don't need them and do it yourself?
How, Sway?
Take a few steps back to go.
You ain't got the answers, man.
So Sway, almost 10 years ago, said, man, why don't you do it on your own? Was he right?
You know what? I will go ahead and say Sway had the answer.
But look at that.
Yeah.
Like, this man, yeah, I get it. You wanted to partner with the biggest corporations. It allows for advertisement. It allows for your brand to get out there on a bigger scale up front.
Right.
But you also have to deal with the nonsense
Right.
that comes with that.
Right.
And, bro, honestly, like, I've always liked Adidas, despite Yeezy, whatever the case. But Adidas I've always liked.
Right.
But from a broad scale, a general scale, Kanye definitely kept that brand relevant.
Oh yeah.
And
For sure.
in this day and age,
For sure. For sure.
and that Yeezy, that's one shoe where I've looked at it like, why the
Hell.
heck
Yeah.
is that so expensive?
Right. Yeah.
But then you put it on and you
Exactly.
realize, gee, okay, I get it kind of.
Right. Right.
But still, like, especially aftermarkets, like $1,200 for what?
Well, I think when you're talking about that, I think that's just because like the general population are reselling the value of the shoe. But
Yeah.
when Kanye first came out with Yeezys, he meant for them to be affordable. He did meant for them to be affordable.
Got you.
He also meant for them to be exclusive. So maybe that's why a lot of people. That's why you see a lot of Yeezys going for like, thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
But I feel like Kanye had to go through that into realizing his worth. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he partnered with Adidas, and Adidas made him a lot of money. But now,
billions.
right? But here's a corporation who wants to set standards and how they do stuff, right? And you have a guy like Kanye who is a creative genius, wanted to do things his way. Adidas probably agreeing to do it to a certain extent, and they're like, okay, well, we don't like it, and we don't like the direction no more. So they just probably like, they parted ways.
Mm-hmm.
But what Sway was saying is that, yeah, you should have done it from the get-go. You know what I'm saying? My thing is, though, do you think he would have got the same
No, that's what I was about to say.
response from if he did start it on his own?
Nah, he would not have.
Right.
He would have been Kanye's going crazy again, and he's trying something wild.
Right.
What is this?
Right.
But you've placed yourself now in multiple markets worldwide with a popular shoe that's comfortable, ABCD. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that allowed him to grow brand recognition.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he sort of used that as a bridge in order to get popular.
Right. Exactly.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
And to be honest, what Sway said 10 years ago or whenever that was, it's easy to look back and say, yeah, maybe I should have done it that way, but
Right.
how do you know?
Exactly.
If
Yeah.
you did try it that way, you
Right.
might have just flopped and failed.
Right. Right.
And there would never be a Yeezy shoe like that.
Exactly. Exactly.
That would have just been, how many novelty stuff was there from rappers and artists
Right.
in general?
Right.
In general, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
those things come and go.
Right.
But Yeezy stuck around.
Right.
And now I believe he's made so much of an impact that he can now go off and do it on his own.
Right. Right.
But that's an important clause to have in your argument that you could terminate that agreement at any
Exactly.
time.
Exactly.
Because imagine if he signed a lifetime deal,
Yeah. Yeah.
what now?
Right.
So, there's a lot of money behind those things.
Yeah.
And you can never be too careful with that.
Right. Even his situation with the Gap. You know what I'm saying?
What is, I didn't even know he partnered with the guy.
Me either until then. But like, again, I think he was just doing like some more creative behind the scenes in terms of like the clothing and stuff. So I don't think he had like a Yeezy brand per se with the Gap, but I think he was more like designing some kind of, I guess, items for the Gap.
Yeah.
And again, cocky Kanye was like, yo, I don't want to speak to.
I don't want to have conversations with people broker than me. First of all, Kanye. First of all. Like, oh, okay. Do we?
But that just shows you that Kanye is Kanye. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it just shows you his resilience against corporate America in terms of like, yo, you can't tell me how to be creative, pretty much.
Yeah.
So that's what I like about it.
I do. And on top, it's the same thing. If Kanye was the regular guy,
Right.
not so outspoken and all that,
Right.
would he still make the same impact? Yes, no, maybe.
Right.
Who knows? But he's doing it and killing it.
Right. Right.
So what are we cannot. Like, it's the same thing like if we're talking like a DJ Khaled.
Right. Right.
If he wasn't God did
Right.
and we the best, would he still be the DJ Khaled that we know him as,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
This industry, man, in general is crazy.
Yeah.
But now this man he's going on a whole new rant. I'm pretty sure an album's gonna be coming out right
yeah.
behind us. And, you know, kudos to him. I'm hoping that he does take his brand personal now and keep it to himself.
Yeah.
And not rely on big corporations, because that's what I'm all about, is ownership.
Yes.
And yeah, I get that sometimes you have to partner or you get corporate sponsorship, etc.
Yeah.
But the more that you own, the better.
Right.
I think extremely powerful example of that is Tyler Perry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, something that actually happened one of the weekends we were away when we went to Montreal to CampFet.
Yeah.
And that's in the episode I encourage you guys to go and watch. All the episodes of the last 4 episodes have been our best viewed episodes of all time.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you're looking for some content, go back to the last 4. But when we went to CampFet, I think that was August 5th to 7th, that same weekend when we were in Montreal, in Atlanta, they had InvestFest.
Right.
And that had Tyler Perry as the guest host or a guest speaker at InvestFest, which had like 12,000 people there.
Right.
Just learning about investing from the professionals that do it, etc.
Yeah.
And Tyler Perry is the example of owning your own.
Right. Yeah.
And, you know, I would encourage when that podcast does come out with Earn Your Leisure and Tyler Perry, that everyone go and watch that, because you'd probably learn a million things about how to properly do it, like on your own.
Right.
And he's also said, like, not every single thing was on my own. You have to partner with certain people.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you have to build your own value, have your own like ownership on things, so that you're not at the mercy of bigger corporations that could end you whenever they want.
Yeah.
And it's facts. Yeah. So, you know, just stuff to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Anyway, halfway point through the show, just want to remind you guys, hit the follow button, like button, subscribe button, share, comment. Big up everybody that commented on your Carnival Model's age. I don't even want to say the age on the podcast, then somebody hear it and then go back and comment and she go up in their DM.
Right.
You even commented, what's wrong with this guy? Why you this man celebrated an anniversary.
Hold on. So
don't say that, man. I just said I don't want to say it. Oh, okay. All right. I don't know why this man probably commented on his anniversary day. You know? I say, wait, come on. This man crawling in people's comments.
I must say, though, like when you posted the video today, and you tagged me in it, I must say there was a bunch of men that gave me the eyes, you know, like they want to know who that is. I must say.
Let me check my DM. I've been busy today. 11 DMs. Wait. It probably is that. Oh, wow, yeah. Okay. Well, Miss Your Carnival Model, we got to have you back.
Yep.
Yeah, so big up to her. That was an amazing episode. And just check us out. The People's Podcast, many more big things on the horizon. Right. And I'm really looking forward to see where this podcast goes. Next, let's talk about health. Do I have a topic about health? As I said, I've been busy as ever today. I actually had a photo shoot today.
Okay, nice.
I've been longing to do that.
Right.
You know, the last time I did a photo shoot, it was you who took one of these cameras. We went over there by the wall, and I just got some outfits. And
that
you
was
were
the
taking
last.
shots.
That was the last time.
That was the last time, bro. And that was what? Just like we tried it. We needed to try it. I needed something, and I didn't have the bread for the real thing. So it worked. It was better than a lot. It was better than a lot of man's Photoshop. Some people are legit in nightclub shots with not high quality shots, cutting himself out, stretching it out of proportion, and sending it to mans to put on flyers. I said, nah, I need a professional job done.
Okay.
You know, which is the empowering part of being successful in business.
Right.
It allows you to do certain stuff that you couldn't do before.
Yeah.
Health. How's your health been?
Are we talking about physical health or are we talking about more mental?
Let's talk about both.
I say for physical, I'm coming to a realization that certain things are hurting in the morning. I know you guys were talking about this last episode, but yeah, it is facts. Like, you know, certain things are not how they used to be in the mornings.
Wake up like, why does my third rib cage hurt? Like the third rib on my rib cage hurt. Why?
Right. I'm just coming to the realization that something does need to happen. I know we were in conversation of you know, just talking about like, yo, getting back into the gym and getting back
Yeah.
to eating healthy. But before we used to always just say, yeah, you know, we need to do that. We need to do that. But
Yeah.
now it's becoming a realization where like, yo, like I need to.
And literally today, J Kitty and I went to Planet Fitness
Yes.
and signed up
Right.
and are preparing a schedule where we make this something.
Right.
So we've done our due diligence. Now it's not just talking. We're taking the steps needed.
Right.
You know?
Right. So, again, like this, I want to be there for my daughters. You know what I'm saying? They're at a stage now where they're actually running and
You
and
can't
doing
catch
and
them.
I can't catch them, bro. I'm running out of breath. You know what I'm saying? Especially Lauren, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's very hyper, and you know,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, yeah, something needs to happen, and I can't always rely on Tasha
Yeah.
doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just the other day, or before we went to on our trips. We went to a birthday party at Treehouse Clubhouse, and I'm out of breath, bro, because of my weight. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had to send Tasha. I'm like, yo, Tasha, go up in the jungle gym and, you know, run with Lauren.
Yeah.
I'm tired,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yo, that honestly that has to change. So
I remember when Amaris, my niece,
yeah,
boy, she got to a certain age, and I just remember clearly. And it wasn't even that, like, per se, I was out of shape. Like, I couldn't even run a few meters without breathing hard.
yeah,
Just the way this girl pelted and ran.
Right.
And I literally just could not keep up with her. And I tried to, like, run at my full might, and she was beating me. I'm like, nah, this is wild. Them kids is crazy when they start
Right.
getting hyper. I know.
yeah.
So, yeah.
So just making that mental decision and of actually wanting to go and change our lives is a great start. I told myself, like, this time I'm not giving myself a time limit, but I am giving myself a time limit because I want to do this before. I want to shed some weight before I'm 35. Like, I want to at least lose 100 pounds, 150 pounds before I'm 35.
Yeah.
I'm 33 now. 35 would be my 10 year anniversary. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of want to look good, you know, for my wife. You know, I want to go look for myself. I want to feel good. I want to be able to go down, play mass with no shirt on.
Said play mass with no shirt on.
You know what I'm
How
saying?
you go from I want to look good for my wife, and then the next step I want to no, J Kitty, what?
No, but honestly, that's been a goal of mine, though. That's been a goal of mine. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, play mass with no shirt on, yo. And I can do it. I know I can do it. It's just going to take some time. But hey,
You do you, bro.
with Tasha. Tasha will play mass.
I said with Tasha. Don't try and cover that up now. You know damn well Tasha not coming on no road. This guy.
I'll ask. I know she's going to say no.
You know she's not. Yeah, all right, your mental health. How's that doing? This guy's crazy. What?
My mental health. Not gonna lie, I've been feeling a lot of anxiety lately. Pressure. I think it's just pressures of life in terms of, like, I feel like I should be at a certain stage right now or a certain level in terms of work, in terms of just me being, I should be, like, I feel like I'm just at a level and I'm not growing. That's just me personally. I feel like it's weighing down in terms of how I'm handling things. You know what I'm saying? How I'm doing stuff. Obviously, I'm speaking with my wife. I'm speaking with a bunch of other my mentors about certain things of getting things done and how I can overcome that. But overall, when I do focus on that, I always tend to remember the end goal and then remember who I'm doing this for. And it's always brought me back to reality. You know what I'm saying? So my mental health, it's okay. It's not the greatest. It can get better. You know what I'm saying? But it's good.
Dope. Well, at least it's good. It's not in a whirlwind or something like that.
Yeah,
Like you're depressed.
Yeah.
True. Mine, I would say physical health. I have not devoted time to be going to the gym, but I must say I have lost not a considerable amount, but I've lost some serious weight off of the traveling alone.
Right.
Them airports and places you have to go, and when you're traveling, you're touring, so you're walking around.
Right.
Them carnival routes, like I complete all of my Apple Watch rings.
Okay.
Every day I'm on these vacations.
Right.
And I've shed weight just simply, I should stop saying vacations, but these international tour dates. Like I am shedding weight just going on that. And I know that's not enough. Obviously you got to actively like pump your heart rate and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I want to make a more conscious effort with that. But I feel like those things at least have allowed me to do a lot more than I've been doing in the quarantine.
Right.
Which was sitting on my behind majority of the time. And my only form of exercise was standing up in front of a green screen on Twitch.
Right.
You know, and that, I'm not going to lie, that was exerting in itself, but let's be real.
Right.
Like, we're not really doing a crazy amount of exercise. So.
Right.
And you could tell, like, my difference in my, like, who I am, my energy and all that changed when I was back on the road.
Right.
But that all also gets to a certain level of exhaustion when you're doing those trips. And as I said, every day I'm completing the rings without even trying.
Right.
And some of the people who I'm in the ring challenges on iPhone or whatever with, see my notification pop up. And they're like, bro, your notification never pops up.
Right.
But every time you go on vacation, you always complete the rings.
Right.
I'm like, facts. You know? So at least that part, I'm getting some sort of something. But I'm happy today we signed up for the gym and we're actually taking that serious now.
Yeah.
Eating, no, I'm not even gonna try in front. You know, once in a while, that's the problem. Where it's the opposite.
Yeah.
Once in a while, I'm having a very healthy meal.
Right.
The otherwise is just whatever I want.
Right.
Uber Eats is right there.
Yeah.
It's normally wings, Caribbean food, fast food. Like, it's gotta stop. The good part about me is, and I don't even want to say good per se, but the better part is that I don't eat often. So it's good and bad because you're supposed to eat your meals per day.
Right.
But I will just indulge in one or two meals a day.
Right.
So it's unhealthy, but a big lunch or a good lunch and a good dinner, and I'm done.
Right.
I don't really snack often and all them things.
Right.
I think my saving grace with that is I drink water. Like, that's what I drink.
Right.
Only time I'm drinking pop is when I'm chasing alcohol.
Right.
And, like, obviously the one-off meals, but eating is definitely not there. So I'm trying to make a change with that because, like, the trips I have coming up, the international tour dates.
Yeah.
Miami's next couple weeks.
Jeez.
I'm out, you know, and that's pressure from the day I get there.
Right.
It's Juve parade, Soca Brainwash, regular parade,
right?
Events, right?
Right.
That's the beginning of the month. End of the month, I'm DJing in DR for a wedding. Then I'm going to St. Kitts Carnival. Then I'm going all the way to Ghana.
Right.
And then potentially Trinidad now. So I'm like, within the next 4 months, I have 5 substantial international tour dates coming up that are going to require energy. And I can't be doing this every single time. Like, I go and I'm like getting myself to the point of complete exhaustion. Exhaustion. And then getting to the hotel, resting my feet so that it's okay enough for the next day. Like, I need to be in better condition for these things because last thing I need is to be going to any of these places and something happen. So that's what I'm trying to get back. Mental health, all over the goddamn place. And I'm not even trying to sit here and explain why, but it's just so much that I got going on that's still lingering. Again, I'm still dealing with tsunami stuff. Bro, it's a lot to be dealing with. And I can't even program my mind to get to do the next events because of certain stuff I have going on.
Okay.
And it's to the point where, like, I want to be progressing and doing more. Somebody came to me and they're like, oh, so you got all the tsunami money now, you're getting lazy? I'm like, if you guys only knew. And I hate that people's perception of anything is like, I know you may be joking or whatever, but you have no clue. And there's always some truth in them kind of jokes. So I'm like, I don't even know what to tell anybody. And the amount of stress I've been dealing with is crazy. And I'm just trying to take it day by day, to be honest. And this past weekend, I did something that I've needed to do, and it was kind of short-lived, but it was something that was needed.
Yeah.
And that was, I literally just got a hotel room for a couple nights and went away.
Yeah.
Disconnected. I put my phone. You even tried to message me one of the days.
Yeah. Phone call.
JKD's a
call
man.
you.
Yeah, he messaged me sometime in the morning.
Yeah.
Realize, and I'm a man. If JKD messaged me, I'm messaging back pretty instant.
Right.
If not, within a reasonable time.
Yeah.
I think you messaged me at like 10 that morning, and I didn't respond.
Yeah.
Then you called me at like 7 o'clock
in
the night, like, yo, bro, is everything okay?
Yeah.
And I just shrugged it off like, yeah, everything's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't even tell you I was going away.
Right.
But then the next day, you're like, yo, are you good? And then I kind of told you what was up.
Right.
And there's a lot of shit,
Yeah.
And again, people don't know this side of me. You just see the guy that does the mixes and is out there DJing, but there's a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to take it on day by day, and I'm hoping for the best. I'm trying not, because the worst part about me is I'm a big overthinker. So even if it's something that's not even that big that's happening to me, I'm thinking of the worst case scenarios for everything.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of how it could play out in the worst way possible, and it's dangerous what that does to your mind.
And us, especially men, I know, like we tend to like, when things do happen, we tend to like just keep it inside.
Yeah.
Which ultimately, like later on, will hurt us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's not good to keep stuff inside, especially like if you're dealing with trauma or whatever. But if you have that one person where you can just go to and just talk to, it doesn't even have to be like a family member. It could be like we talk about therapy. I just seen a clip with Ari Lennox and Charlemagne, and they were talking about daddy daughter trauma and all that stuff, and her going through therapy and how that helped her and all that stuff. So even like therapy, like what I'm saying, like we probably need to take the time to actually like really look into getting therapy done. You know what I'm saying? Because there might be trauma that you don't even know about. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure there is. And that's something, you funny enough, you just mentioned it. I forgot we've even spoken about therapy on this podcast.
Oh yeah.
That's like, and that scares me too. It's like, I don't want to come on here and just preach it. I want to do it.
Right.
And again, that's the power of being successful at what you do.
Yeah.
Now that opens the opportunity where I might not have had the money to do that before.
Right.
Now I could invest in my mental health.
Right.
And you're right.
Yeah.
Because that's something you told me too when I messaged you, that you had to like basically pull that out of me. Pause.
I did.
And say like, yo, like, are you good? Like, what's wrong?
Yeah.
And I was just like, yo, I don't like bringing this kind of stuff to y'all.
Right.
Not all the time. Like, if it's serious or something goes down, obviously I'll tell you. But if it's constant or something I'm dealing with, I try to just deal with it. Especially when it's not like serious shit that I brought to you before.
Right.
And you broke it down to me. You're just like, yo, bro, that's what we're here for.
Right.
Talk to us. Like, if something's going on, tell us what's up. And I was
man.
like, yeah, that's facts. Thank you.
Yeah.
And the door's always open on the other,
Right.
Pause. We good? Can we proceed with the show? All right, cool. But yeah,
Hit the back door lock.
this guy.
Or the front door. Sorry.
I know this guy. Why? I just said pause. We got over this. This guy went back with a song. It came with sound effects. What the hell, bro? Jesus. Anyway, that was the health segment. Just a little update on us. And we're taking steps. Even though it's getting into the colder months, where theoretically this is the months where you get lazy.
Yeah.
Not you, but like people in general.
Yeah. No. And to be honest, like it's funny how you said that, because we're getting to these months. I think these are the most serious months that we're getting into, because Christmas is around the corner. Let's just say it. Like, it's getting colder. Christmas is around the corner. Inflation's going up. A lot of people are losing their houses. A lot of people are losing their jobs. And this is a serious time in terms of mental health, because, because of those reasons. And because of those reasons, people feel like their life is worthless and it doesn't mean nothing. And this is the time where people get into the most depression and end up killing themselves. Suicidal. It's funny you said that, because I was talking to a guy who works at the TTC, and he said the exact same thing. This is the time where you see a lot of random people just lingering around the subways.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
it's scary. It is scary.
Very.
And this world doesn't help at all.
Bro, it was what, yesterday? I was watching the news just passively. I was in the living room. And I look up at the screen and it's literally back to back. Shooting at Midland and Eglinton. Stabbing at Canadian Tire in Mississauga.
Right.
Stabbing in Brampton.
Right.
Bro, it's like every day is new stuff that pops up.
Yeah.
And you don't know what to expect. Like, all these mass shootings out there. Bro, you like I've been saying it on this podcast. Sometimes I don't even like to leave my house. Because I don't know what to expect when I leave it.
Right. Right.
And the crazy part is sometimes, like, it was a situation that happened, I think, a couple weeks ago. I can't remember where, but it was somebody or a couple guys that killed about 10, 15 people, 18 in hospital, just going around stabbing people.
Wow.
Somewhere in Canada. I can't remember.
Saskatchewan?
Saskatchewan, yeah.
You're right, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
about to say Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
Saskatchewan.
Yeah. Yeah. For
Just
no
going
reason.
around for no reason.
You're right.
You imagine your family member or you yourself goes just for a walk.
Right.
This is the one day. I don't normally go for walks. Let me try a thing. And that's something that happened to me before.
Right.
Literally, it was the scariest story. Story time. Gather around. I friggin' was at work. Me and my boy were going to the gym like 4 days a week out of the 5.
Okay.
Every day in the winter.
Right.
And this, just like how today was. Today, the recording of this podcast, yesterday was 26 degrees.
Okay.
Today, all of a sudden, it's 14 degrees.
Right.
How do we go from 26 to 14? But it was on the flip side now. But at that time, it was cold the whole time.
Right.
It was like -1 the day before.
Right.
And the next day, it was 17 degrees.
Okay.
Which is not the best, but good enough.
Right.
So my boy was just like, yo, should we go walk instead or go back to the gym? Because if we go outside and go for a long walk, at least we get to go outside and get some fresh air.
Right. Right.
Something told me, let's go to the gym. I told him, let's go to the gym. As I'm on the treadmill in the gym, I'm looking up at the screens. I see all the screens change to CP24.
Right.
And I'm seeing an overhead helicopter view
Right.
literally down on the area that we're in. So what happened was that driver situation on Yonge Street where the driver killed off all those people.
Yeah.
And he was literally driving on the sidewalk, apparently aiming for women because I guess something along the lines of like he's been rejected by women so much.
Yeah.
He was just aimlessly killing off women.
Right.
But there were a few male casualties in that too because of how he was driving reckless.
Right.
Had we have gone on that walk, we would have been in that exact street,
Wow.
that side of the street that the guy was on, walking in that path at that time.
Wow. Crazy.
Like that's how close that was. And stuff like that traumatizes you. Like you just said, I don't even know what I'm dealing with.
Right.
That was one of them.
Right. Right.
And I literally had to like stand there and be like, look at him like, bro, that like we could have been dead.
Right. Right.
And then when we went back, crazier, a few people overheard us talking about going for a walk.
Yeah. Yeah.
When we got back to the office, they were like, thank God we thought something happened to you guys.
Wow.
Because when we left the gym now, like I couldn't even work out after that. I got sick.
Right.
So I pack up my stuff, go back to the office. As we're walking out, bro, the entire area yellow taped up.
Wow.
We see body bags on the floor, blood on the floor. Like, you don't know what to expect at any given time. I'm at my place of work.
Right.
I'm not thinking about that.
Right.
And that happened on a random day, and that was close. I stay in my goddamn house. I'm sorry. I don't trust these people out here. You people is crazy. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, I know that was a crazy story. But
Yeah.
Anyway, entertainment. As I said, we are going to talk about your fete that you just had this past weekend.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So what happened?
Oh man, a lot of hard work, but it was a good fete, bro. I felt like with this one, things just kept
Aligning.
you know what I'm saying? And it's just without me like actually trying. It's just that people see that I'm doing something good, and things are just aligning. You know what I'm saying?
Beautiful.
I had booked an artist called by the name of Mo. Big up to Mo. He came and shelled on the place. With that being said, there was a Bayesian artist that was already up here by the name of Stabby. he actually reached out and asked me if, to play on the party as well. So I got him at a good price, you know what I'm saying? And then we got surprised. We got surprised with, I don't know what they call it in Barbados, but let's just say the Soca Monarch. He won the Soca Monarch in Barbados.
Dope.
He goes by the name of Bruce Lee Almighty. And he was our surprise guest at Bimfest.
Mobby.
Yeah, Mr. Mobby Band. So,
Which, like, okay. Now, okay, go ahead.
Go. What are you gonna say?
I like Bajan music.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially the Bashman.
Right.
But what? Like Mobby?
But it's just like you questioning what's that guy's name from St. Lucia?
Finger.
Exactly.
Dominica.
Exactly.
The fact that I even know that to correct you on that.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. All right.
You know what I'm saying?
But
It's just
There's
it
this
is what it is.
catchy-
Yeah, exactly.
no, the gripping.
It is, yes, but and
Mobby?
the Molly's catching
A
too.
little bit, but like
To the
back-
Bajans,
anyway,
yes.
Yeah, all right,
To the
fine.
Bajans, yes.
Y'all do your thing. But like the one year I remember vividly
Yeah.
was 2010, I believe, when Godong came out.
Okay.
And that was like that song came out.
Yeah.
And then the parties after that, rinsing that song.
Right.
All the ladies dancing,
Right.
winding down, juking down, everything.
Right.
Walking up. It was beautiful.
Right.
And you could tell like the vibe after that carnival carried through because of
Right.
those select songs.
Right. Right.
But I really don't see Mobby lasting.
No, it's,
gripping can last though. Well, Mobby, I give that till maybe November just to get it out there. And that's
yeah. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But it was a good event. You know.
But the fact that you got the Soca Monarch,
Yes. Exactly.
you
Exactly.
know, it shows what you're doing is
Right.
big too.
Right. And apparently they him and Mo are in the same camp. So like it worked out in my favor. You know what I'm saying?
Good stuff.
And yeah, bro, it was a good vibe. You know, DJs played well. People enjoyed it. You know, they got their free cups. Got to enjoy the photo booth, all that stuff. The place looked nice. I'm happy. You know what I'm saying?
Bimfest,
Yes, sir.
it's a thing.
Yeah, man.
Moving forward, y'all remember to keep JKD's Bimfest in mind. All the Bajans in the city.
Yeah.
And those that love Bajan music, this is definitely one to attend.
Yeah. A lot of people actually told me that I should do it twice a year, but we'll see.
They always want.
I know. We'll see, man. They say one thing, but then when it comes down to pay for tickets, they don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. We literally had some good weather this past Sunday.
Right.
Somebody messaged me like, "Yo, can you throw together a water party?" Do you realize how much work the one water party I do takes?
Exactly.
And even the fact, like you asking me literally like 4 days ahead of that. It was a mission to pull last year off in 3 weeks.
Yep.
And you tell me you want to water? Nah, man. Madness. But anyway, that was another episode of the People's Podcast. We definitely want to thank you guys for tuning in. Short week this week, or short episode this week, because yeah, we're both extremely tired.
Yeah.
Today was one of those days, man. I got no sleep last night. Literally, like maybe a couple hours, if that.
Okay.
Woke straight up, did work 9 to 5, had a haircut in between work, did a little shopping in between work,
Okay.
went straight to pick up Deli. Deli did video recording of my photo shoot that I had.
Okay.
But on the way to the photo shoot, this is the first time I've ever been to Kensington Market.
For real?
First time. I was touring in my own city. Like I went and it looked kind of like Wynwood in Miami. It was a different type of vibe.
Yeah.
I went there. We got a little, small foods there, like patties and stuff. They have a lot of patty shops there.
Yeah.
I went to a hat store. I got this sick hat. Can you see this photo shoot? Matter of fact, I'll show you a clip. This guy but they can't see the clip yet.
Okay.
Look at this, bro. Yo, tell me that's not boss.
See, yeah.
That's a bad photo. But I post that on the ground.
Fedora, that looked like a fedora.
It is. Don't spoil the thing now. Don't spoil the thing now.
It's mine now. Where is it? Give it to me.
Yo, this is now the spray, the glasses, and now the fedora.
I gotta tell you a story. So listen to this story. So while in St. Martin, right? we went out and I asked my brother if I could borrow his chain. You know what I'm saying?
What's wrong with this youth?
Because you know I don't like pay for stuff. But anyways, I asked him to borrow his chain. We had a couple of drinks and stuff, so I got a bit tipsy. So when I got back, I didn't realize I still had it on me.
Oh no!
Right.
I hear this coming.
So I'm taking off my shirt, but I grabbed the chain and it just snapped, bro. It snapped.
Fudge.
So I was like, "Yo, flip!" Like, how much? Like, I have to tell him, but I didn't tell him. I'm just like, you know what? Let me sleep, and I'll wake up in the morning and see what I can do. I remember there's in the resort there's a jewelry shop.
Oh wow!
Right. So I went down there and I asked him like, "Yo, do you guys fix change?" And the guy's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "How much is it gonna cost?" He's like, honestly, he looked at it. He's like, honestly, it's gonna be like 150 US. And that at that point, I knew like he was trying to finesse me in a way. But I'm just like, you know what? I'll pay it. You know what I'm saying? But listen to this.
Okay.
Listen to this. He's like, "Where are you from?" He's like, "You don't sound like you're from New York." I'm like, "You think I'm from the States?" And then like, "Well, everybody that comes to the resort is either from the States or somewhere else." He's like, "Where are you from?" I'm like, "I'm from Canada." He's like, "Toronto?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Scarborough?" He's like, that's what he said. He's like, "Scarborough?" I'm like, "Yeah." "How do you know?" He's like, "I can hear it." He's like, "I can hear it." He's like, "I grew up in Scarborough." This is St. Martin. I grew up in Scarborough at Morningside and Shepherd area.
That's near. Holy cow!
Bro, in St. Martin, bro. The guy I'm bringing the chain to fix it.
Yeah.
He grew up at Morningside and Shepherd.
That's right around from you,
bro. I'm like, wow. He's like, "Yo, bro, I'll do this. You know what? Just because you're from Scarborough, I'll do this for $20 US."
Yeah. Yo, I am sure that put a smile on JKD's face. This man lit up like a Christmas tree when he heard that. You know? Wait.
He's at $20 US. I'm like, so said it, so done. So I got it done. And then next minute, you know, so it took like a day to fix. So I went back the next day. He's like, "Yo, bro, it's done, blah, 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 whatever." So I was happy. And then he's like, "Yo," and because we were talking, and I told him like I have 2 small children. So he gave me 2 like silver pendants for my kids.
Wow.
Silver pendant. He just gave them to me for free. Not only that, he said, "Tell your brother and his fiance to come check me because I want to see their rings." Their rings, right? He wants to like put a value on them. He's like, "Okay, if they want to like exchange rings or whatever, and get better ones, tell them they go see him. And on top of that, he'll get them 75% off."
Holy cow.
Only because he realized that I'm a Scarborough man. You see it?
Not knowing that this boy grew up in Ashland.
No.
And then, yo, let me message this to you. Where's her, son? Yo, the man outside a hefty bill for you lying and talking about you from Scarborough. It's not Oshawa you. It's Whitby you. Don't play that, yo. This guy.
He's so stupid. Yo. But it shows like at that moment I realized that like your aura and your positive vibes do show, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And you don't know who may be just like even just in your presence or just watching you what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You always have to have that humble I guess characteristic about you. You can't just be cocky and all that stuff because you don't know who's watching you.
Yeah. Bro, that was like, it's nothing along the lines of your story, but that was kind of like today.
Yeah.
It was me, Deli, and Teography. She's who did the photo shoot.
Yeah.
So big up Teography. These photos look crazy.
Right.
And they're amazing. And before that, I went to a store to pick up a hat.
Yeah.
That's fedora hat I've always wanted. And they had the exact hat in my size.
Right.
Nothing else in my size.
Okay.
Any other variants of the hat, any colors, they didn't have my size. Just the one I wanted. So I was like, good. I get the hat, but T is a very like spiritual soul.
Yes.
And she was literally there like saying something like, "Do you believe in like knowing what the future holds for you?" And the guy was just like, "What, are you a fortune teller?"
Yeah.
She's like, "No, I'm a God-fearing person and I believe in Jesus. And sometimes you know, that speaks to me and tells me something about you.
Yeah.
Then she starts going into like, you're dealing with this, this, and this. I can get that aura from you. And he's like, yeah, how would you know that?
Wow.
And then some other name came up, and he's like, it's funny you say that name because that's my friend. Like, I have a friend who's named that.
Okay.
And she's like, as you say that, I'm feeling that friend is dealing with some marital issues or some kid issue.
Yeah.
And he just looked at her crazy again, like, how do you know all of this?
Right.
And he wasn't even playing. Like, you could tell on his face he was serious.
Right.
But just the way she was, and then she was like, do you believe in, or I feel like there's a big opportunity headed your way. And I just want you to be open to experiencing it. Maybe a partnership, I don't know, but just be open to it. And the guy was like, yeah, we have a lot of our hands in different pots and we're talking about different stuff, but I'll definitely keep that in mind.
Crazy.
Just her mannerisms and the way she was.
Yeah.
I bought a hat. She wanted to buy like this pin.
Yeah.
And I think it was like $12 for the pin.
Right.
So she put it on the table and then she was like, I'll buy it. I'm like, don't worry about it. I'm getting my hat.
Yeah.
I'll get you the pin too. It's soft.
Yeah.
Give her the pin. After I check out, pay everything. The man goes to the pin section now and pulls off 5 different pins. $12 each.
Yeah.
And he's just like, yo, here you guys go. Just for being good energy.
Wow.
You know, and it's facts. You just got to have that positive,
Right.
good spirit wherever you go.
Right.
And as I've said on this podcast before, I personally highly believe that manners will take you where money won't.
Yep.
You can have all the money in the world, but if I have a better rapport with certain people, I will go farther than you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I guess we'll close off the podcast with that.
Yeah.
Just a reminder, check out our previous episodes, especially the last 4 or 5 from this episode.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a crazy ride. We've had so many amazing conversations, stories, laughs, all the good stuff. And before the last 4, we've had amazing content that's life-changing.
Right.
If you really go and deep dive into what we've put out there content-wise, it will change your life,
right.
Especially if you're not familiar with the topics we're discussing. So we encourage you to go check those out. Make sure to follow us on our platforms, subscribe, like, comment, share, all that good stuff, and just enjoy the show.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So check us out next week. We'll have a special guest, most likely, and we'll talk about a new hot topic next week.
Mm-hmm.
Want to thank you for listening. People's Podcast, we out.
Peace.